All right. So what I wanted to talk about is obviously we see the two of your characters looking for well, they don't know it's Harry, but looking for, what happened, trying to figure out with the van and everything. And as viewers, we really like them, so we want them to succeed, but we also want him to get away. So can you sort of talk about, like, just sort of hypothesize, what do you think would happen if they eventually find it's him? Can his character forgive Harry for killing somebody? Could he let him go?
That's a
I'm just kind of curious your
very
opinion.
good question. Let me also give you kudos for live streaming from space. Bold. I like your initiative there. To answer your question, I don't know how Mike. Someone else asked me this. Like how would he respond once he knows what's what, if he ever does learn what's what. I think he's certainly aware at this phase that there's definitely some sort of conspiracy. There's some wonkiness, right? I think the cops coming to visit Deputy Liv that weren't real cops was there was no way he could write that off.
Mhm.
However, connecting it to aliens in any way, no way. No way. He just he doesn't. He thinks that the government probably uses aliens as a great way to do things that the government doesn't want people to think the government's doing. So if you can convince people that little green men were the one who did this, great. But he's out to prove that there are no little green men. There's just G men. And I think that's what he is thinking to himself. If he were to discover the real truth, um, I don't know. I mean, I think there's an aspect to the comic book where the townspeople are more aware of who Harry is. And they kind of create a protective circle, around him. I don't know if that would be Mike's approach. I don't know if he'd want to be Harry's friend or if he'd want to like be featured on Dateline as the sheriff who brought down an alien. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could.
It would be what part of his ego does he want to serve the most? I guess we'll have to see when we get there.
All right, great. Thank you. You talk about Mike's kind of what's happening for him this season in the romance department, because obviously for a while, he had a girlfriend. So can you just sort of talk about where that's headed, tease a bit for fans?
Yeah, he met this other investigator from another town in Jessup, and Alina Torres, and he of course was instantly put off because she exerted the exact type of strength and confidence that he did. But I think once he got past again some of his insecurities, he saw that this strength, this strong woman was like almost exactly what he's looking for, as long as he can find a strong woman who does exactly what he says. And that doesn't work. Those two things are not compatible. And he doesn't really know what to do with that because he's kind of stuck in this old philosophy of what a relationship is supposed to be. And I think, the character can be a great tool for us in our storytelling to kind of take the perspective of someone like Mike and maybe show them where they might have things wrong and where they might want to open up their mind a little bit. And if I can be a vehicle for that for people who need that type of expansion, then so be it.
Great, thank you.
Always
And
a
we're
pleasure.
premiering on February 14th on the simulcast on USA and Sci-Fi. And drum roll, today they announced that seasons 1 and 2 will be on Netflix. So
All
tell your
right.
friends and tell their friends and tell their friends to tell some friends, okay?